Welcome back to Bloodline Bikers, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to operate the TFT instrument cluster on your Triumph Rocket 3. I'm also going to go over every single button on your Rocket 3 in case you bought one of these and not sure what button does what or how to operate your bike properly, because as many of you guys know, there's a lot of misinformation in the manual, and also Triumph don't very detail everything in the handbook itself. So therefore I'm going to go over everything that could be actually hidden inside your instrument cluster, which you haven't probably seen or don't know how to set up or activate. And I'm also going to tell you and show you how every button works on your Rocket 3. So let's get on to the video. Right guys, so this is my Triumph Rocket 3, and you'll see if you've owned a Rocket 3 from 2020 up to 2026, you'll have a layout exactly like this. Now this is a Rocket 3R, and as many of you guys know, there is no physical key. These are keyless start, so therefore when you go near it with the key, you can actively start the bike. Now, this is the key, and you'll see when we press it, it's red. Now, if I just hold it to turn the key on, because otherwise if you leave it on, the battery will die. That's something many people don't know. Always hold to turn the key off. So you hold it like this to turn it off, and it will go red, so the key is no longer producing a signal to the Rocket 3, because that is what actually destroys the module inside, the keyless module, because people keep going near it and it keeps activating it. People don't realize that, but it wakes the bike up from sleep. That's why you turn the key off to stop it being awake, and also to stop, if you're right next to it, someone just can't ride off of your bike, start the bike up and away they go. So therefore, that's why you turn the key off, for security and also to stop causing problems with the bike when it's going to sleep. Now, once the key's on, you can physically just get on your bike, just like this, and you've got everything laid out in front of you, right here. So if you'll see here, these are your controls on this side, and then you've got your controls on this side. Now to start it up, we just press this to turn it on, and then once it turns on, you'll then get a cluster like this. It will all load up. You can see there, because it's dark in here, it's gave us the dark mode, so it's already got automatic lights as well. It's got a sensor which uses to sense. If you click this down, this will activate the fuel pump, then you will hold this, and that's what will start the bike up. But you must pull your clutch in first. Now, on here you've got your home button, hazard switch, and your lock button. So your hazard switch is what you know is your hazard switch. The lock button is to actually turn the bike off. So if I just press this, it will turn the bike off, as you just saw. Now if we just press that again, it will start back up. And that's what that lock button does. A lot of people ain't aware of that, but that's what it does. It locks it. Now, obviously, this one is your indicators. So you press that, you can see they've come on. If you press this one, this is your high beam. So you can see down the light up, light off. This one is your heated grips. So you press that one, you can see that that's hot, medium, light, and off. That's for your heat grips. This one is for your cruise control. So you press that to activate it while riding. Obviously you've got to be at a set speed to activate it, and the ignition's got to be on. This is your horn. This is the control all the instruments on the screen itself. This is your home button. So if we press this, you'll see right here, we've got all our detailed information. So if we go through the riding modes, you've got rider, rain, road, and sport. So if we go into rider, this is customized. You've got ABS, and you can customize it all you want, and the map, road or sport. So rain will give you 50% throttle, road will give you 75% throttle, and I believe sport gives you 100% throttle. And then you've got your traction control, which is right here, which is on road as well. Then if you go into rain mode, you can see here your ABS is on road. You can't take it off anything else. Map will be on rain, because that way you don't slip out in the rain. And then your traction control is on rain, gives you new maximum grip. Then you've got obviously road. So you've got ABS, road, your map, road, and your traction control, which is on road. Now to move around this is a joystick. So you just move it around wherever you want, and you click it in, bring it out. On sport, you've got the same thing. Everything will be set to sport on that. And if you go into bike setup, you see here we've got TSA, which is Triumph Shift Assist. You'll click that, and you can see I've got that enabled, so that allows seamlessly clutchless upshifts and downshifts. So it's got blipper and quick shifter. You've got ill hold, which is enabled. You've got your indicators. So you've got the auto basic or auto advanced. So you can have whatever you want. I've got them on auto basic, but I've just changed them over to auto advanced now. You've got your traction control, which is enabled. You can turn it off. You've also got your service. So this is for your service. You can see there, my service is due at some time soon, in 3,000 miles. It'll be done way before that. You've also got your trip set up. So you can set a trip and reset your trip in manual automatic. You've also got display set up. So you can change it right here. You've got visible trays, gear shift indicator. It's on default, or you can have it as user defined at 6,500 RPM. You've also got rider names, so you can customize the name of it when it starts. It will say whatever name you want. You've got language, unit, clock, date. You've got the brightness, high or low contrast. You can see there. You can turn it right up to the highest, but it's not. It's on the middle, so we leave it there. And you've got the low contrast, which is in the middle again. Then you've got your visible trays. So you can see here, this is everything that's visible on the trays. And now if we press this M button, as you'll see, you can see there it changes our mode. So you can see there in the top corner, changes from rain to road, sport, and rider. And usually I like to leave it in road, but it's all dependent on you. Now with the joystick again, if you just use this and move around, just like that, you can see everything that's moving around. You can see if we select that, we can move up. You can do auto hide all, or you can do show all. That's for all the menus. You can move it all along. Your fuel, the service, contrast, chronos. You can change your chronos as well. So if you click that to quartz, you can see here, change it all to more classic look. If you want chronos, you just flick it back, just like that. But you can see here, you've got everything on your screen as well. Now, some people might have Bluetooth on theirs, which if you've got Bluetooth module, you can connect to your phone and you can have your GoPro connected. You can have your music and everything else connected to it as well. This one doesn't have it, but some people do have it. There's really not much in a TFT system itself. I mean, this has got everything really Triumph can give on a Rocket 3 apart from the Bluetooth module. I believe this is the only extras you can get, which is heat grips, quick shifter, cruise control. That's about it really. You've also got a charging port there, which is down there as well. If you want to charge your phone, you plug one in. That's how manufacturers are going now, using them kind of ones. Plug it in. But you can see you can customize everything on the screen. Like I said, to turn it off is very simple. You just press that and everything will go off and go to sleep just like that. Do remember to turn your key off. So when you leave the bike, make sure to hold it and turn your key off. Because if not, what will end up happening is the bike will keep waking up every time you go near it. And it can literally drain your battery and also drain the battery inside the key. And then obviously you're gonna have a lot of problems starting the bike. Because remember, it's a keyless bike, there is nowhere to put a key. So if it dies, that's it. You ain't starting the bike. You have to use some people do have the emergency key to be able to start the bike where you hold it near the module and it will start the bike up. Some people don't. We don't want no issues like that. So therefore just make sure to turn the key off. So there you have it. I've now shown you how to operate the whole system on the Rocket 3. Many of you guys, if you just bought one, you probably won't even be aware that your bike probably has a load of features, especially the quick shifter, or you won't know how to activate because some people do turn it off because they don't like it. It just all depends on your spec and model. But there you go, you can find out if your bike's also got Bluetooth, because if you go through the menu, you'll probably also be able to know if your bike's got Bluetooth enabled. You'll be able to connect your phone to it, the My Triumph connectivity app, and you'll be able to have a whole host of other features on your bike. Bear in mind, this is the 3R. If you've got the GT, most of them do come with the Bluetooth heated grips, just not the quick shifter. But on the 3R, a lot of people opted for the quick shifter and the heated grips. So it's just completely different. It was just based on what people wanted at the time. But I hope this video is going to help someone going forward on how to activate certain things on it and how to go through the menu, because I know there's a lot of buttons and a lot of people do get them and do get confused on how to use all them buttons. But we will be doing a video, I'll take this out and I'll show you guys how to use all them buttons while riding as well, so you guys get a hang of how to use them while riding, how quick you can just activate things, especially the cruise control, because that's not something you can actually do without the bike starting and without the bike rolling. And I'll show you the quick shifter works and so on and so on. But thank you very much for watching, guys, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in that next video. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.